Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Arrowvers Recap. If you don't know what Arrowvers Recap, then where the fuck have you been? For the past 20 of these. It's basically where I recap the episodes from the past week of Supergirl, Flash, Legends, Arrow, Black Lightning, but Legends and Lightning are already done. You can guys gotta go check out. I don't know which one you guys gotta check out. You just gotta, if you guys were following along, you would already know this, man. But yeah. Anyway, without further ado, let's get right down in this. So, Supergirl episode 15, In Search of Lost Time. At the beginning of the episode, they are playing charades. Like they're doing these weird things. I think they're doing these weird things at the beginning of episodes so you can be like, oh, they're real. They're not creating anything. So, Pestilence, we figure out that John had an imaginary friend named Zook. I don't know why I put that there, just an interesting thing. So, Pestilence is kind of a disease in the future. So, Emra and Brainiac 5 went to go get the cure for Pestilence, and at the end of the episode, birds fall. And Pestilence is here. A Kalnorian attacks the bar because John's dad does this meditating thing, which Kalnorians are basically mind reader people also. So so when that Kalnorian attacked the bar, then that means he was mad at himself because he's forgetting things. And so John tries to help him out with that throughout the whole episode, but he just keeps getting madder and madder. And so, okay, now the other side of this story is Lena tells Sam what is happening with her blackouts and stuff, but she doesn't believe it, and so, yeah. So Mon-El and Kara rewatch Fight from Christmas, and so, so they can see how she fights and everything. And so throughout this whole episode, they're training to use their cape as a fighting mechanism. John's dad plays a joke by saying, "Oh, my friend, I thought he was just here a second ago," like he was saying things. But meditation make people mad, or however he feels. And so when he brought him to the base, he started meditating because the mind started to hurt because that meditation is how he can probably save his memory. And so, yeah. And so when he brings him there, then Wynn gets in a fight with another agent, and Kara punches Mon-El, and people just start getting mad. Okay, so psychic anomaly. That's what it is. Dadmad sends off madness to everyone else. The reason Mon-El wasn't affected because the ring protected Mon-El from that. Sam sees rain. What? Why did I do that? So also, John, or fucking who? I don't know. But Sam sees she is Rain. So Lena makes her get all mad and said, "Shut up," and she became Rain. And so she lasered the whole place. And then when she came back, she saw a video of Rain destroying the place. And so she saw that she was Rain. Okay, so then he starts meditating again. And so everyone's going mad, and someone triggers an opening, and so aliens are escaping. John is trying to protect people, but his meditation is too strong. containers open, so Alex, Kara, Wynn, and Mon-El versus DEO and aliens. Birds dying equals penicillin. Yeah, like I said, and they created these things so they weren't affected. So, yeah. And the threat of this episode, I don't usually put bad guy, but it's John's dad. The quote of this week's episode is Mon-El saying, "The truth can be brutal." It can be. So that's the truth. Okay, next is Flash, episode 19, titled Fury Road. The bus meta of this episode is Fallout, aka Neil something, I don't know. Harry is losing his smartness. So the more he uses the cap, the faster his smartness starts to decay. And so Cisco is like, maybe 2 minds could be better than 1 mind. And so what if we make a second thinking cap? And so Harry tricks Cisco into saying, "Oh, I messed up, it failed," and so they can think of another way to do it. And so, getting Leo. So Leo's trying to fight off Siren X, which is pissed off about him stopping his brother. Her brother, sibling, or something. Mary Iris go to therapy for Ralph. Cisco wants to caps. Tracy Brand kept Fallout. So that's how we can tie into season 3 a little bit, because of Tracy Brand. Yeah. What's going on? My friends are starting to play Overwatch. Harry breaks Cap because he was addicted to it, and so he broke it. When they're trying to transport Fallout, Siren X jumped through the portal when Cisco and Barry were leaving to get Leo. DeVoe comes and he stops them from bringing it to another place that he did not calculate it to where they were going, and so Black Siren then stops both of them. But since Barry is still regretting not grieving over Ralph, he just stood there and started to grieve, and so DeVoe's plan failed. So he gets back to his base and he's like, "No, my plan was perfect. Laurel, Siren X was supposed to come, but Barry was supposed to stop her. He just stood there, and so he can't calculate love. So Barry had loved Ralph, and so he can't calculate that, and so that's why he stood there, because he was loving Ralph. And so, also, Siren X took Fallout and took him to the police station, and wanted to blow him up there. And she also took Captain Leo's ice gun. So yeah, yeah. And so Caitlin was reading a note. She was laughing, and she just said, "Oh, got something. You did something." I didn't write that much. And yeah, that's basically it for that episode. Except that next episode, he's trying to get all these things and all the ceiling tech and stuff. Alright, Arrow, episode 20, Shifting Allegiances. So, the quote. I didn't say the quote. Nope, that's... The threat of this episode is Siren X. The quote is from Leo saying, "The truth, if you don't confront your feelings, they will confront you." And then, things happen. I need to confront. Okay, Arrow 20, Shifting Allegiances. The threat of this episode, the threat is Linda. Linda, which is part of the quadrant, and what she does in the quadrant is she runs the weapons in the quadrant. Renee's back. John's still wanting to stop Diaz, but he works for Argus now. Newbies attack next Diaz attack. John saves the newbies because they were going to get demolished. Oliver talks to Anatoly, but then he delivers him to Diaz. Diaz want Quentin. Diaz wants to trust Quentin, so he knows that he can trust him. And then Renee's back, like I already said. Renee is fearing death because he just got back from the hospital and he just wants to be there for his daughter. But then his daughter already figured out that they were vigilantes. Laurel is afraid of Diaz, like majorly, because she saw him burn persons because of the past. Diaz v. Oliver, they both fight, and the consequences. If you put me on the ground, if I put you on the ground, you leave Star City forever. And the same goes for me. And then Anatoly stands up for Oliver, and he says, "Life ain't fair," and fights him, and then he stabs him, and then that's how he wins. So, their mission in this episode was stop a gun transport, because they were transporting gun. And so, Argus and the two newbies, stop the gun transport that Linda was doing. And so, yeah. Hey, okay. The quote is from Diaz. Diaz has been having some pretty sick quotes. This episode, you spend 5 years in hell. I was born in it. Yeah. Alright, guys. Hope you guys liked this episode. If you guys did, please leave a big like down below. And if you guys haven't already, please subscribe. Bye, bitches! The enlightenment is almost complete.